Welcome back to Beyond the Numbers. I'm Bev Wakefield, and this is the podcast that breaks down the numbers in a way that actually makes sense and helps you build a business that supports your life, not the other way around. This week, I wanted to talk about something every business owner feels at some point along the journey. It usually sounds like this. Everything's in my head and I'm absolutely exhausted. If that's you, you're in the right place. Early on, I was obsessed with systems, traction, E-Myth revisited, franchise prototype thinking. I knew systems create freedom. But we needed fees, we needed survival, and so I didn't prioritise systemisation. Not because I didn't believe in it, but because I told myself I'll get to it when things slow down, until things got overwhelming. We didn't lack systems, we lacked one system. We had versions in SharePoint, in Carbon, in old folders, in people's heads, and one version in my head. So when someone asked, where's the onboarding process, we'd find different answers in different places. It created interruptions, inconsistency, confusion, firefighting, and me as the bottleneck. Your brain is not a storage unit. When processes live in your head, you carry guilt that you're slowing everyone down, stress because nothing feels predictable, overwhelm because everything depends on you, decision fatigue because every question becomes a fresh decision, and a constant mental noise you can't switch off. People think systems are efficiency tools, but the truth is systems are actually wellbeing tools too. They don't just help a business run better, they help you feel lighter. The shift happened when I realised you can't scale chaos, you can only scale clarity. So we started consolidating. One structure, one approach, one vibrant way. And AI has finally made systemisation easier. We now use AI to turn a messy voice note into a clean, structured, standard operating process, to rewrite old documents into readable, standardised processes, to search for scattered systems hiding across tools, and to create consistency in how everyone works. To also extract knowledge that used to live only in someone's head, to build templates in meetings, automate onboarding from start to finish, and remove the emotional load of doing everything manually. Proposal creation now takes one click. AML is 90% automated through Zama, and AI hasn't replaced people, it's replaced the chaos. Now, let's pop to the flip chart. So we're going to take a look at the achiever matrix. This is the one where you want to map out what the tasks are that are important and also urgent. Now, these ones are the ones that you want to do. So these are highly important and highly urgent. These are likely to be critical tasks. Things like crises, deadlines, and dealing with perhaps unhappy clients. These are the bits that, unfortunately, you're in firefighting. The next quadrant is equally as important but less urgent. Now, these are the things that you should be scheduling or documenting. And these are the area where we look at strategic advice, looking forward to growth, and actually starting to build things like your processes and your plans. The next quadrant to look at is this, where they feel incredibly urgent, but they're not important. So these are the things that you need to delegate. These are things like client meetings, emails, phone calls. They feel urgent and important, but actually aren't as important as you think. And this quadrant, not urgent and not important, this is where you find yourself scrolling on social media, looking at junk emails. This is the one that you want to eliminate. This is the one that is just your time wasters. Now, what you want to be doing is working just in quadrant 1 and quadrant 2. So quadrant 1 and 2 are really important. The thing here, though, is if you do not factor enough time into quadrant 2, you will end up spending your life in the firefighting do zone. So if I started again, here's exactly what I'd do differently. I would systemise early before the overwhelm began. I wouldn't wait for things to break. I'd design one clear way of working, and I'd automate everything possible using AI to support. Structure doesn't constrain you, it frees you. It gives you mental space, creative energy, and the ability to actually grow. So this week, I challenge you to pick one process and then record a 2-minute voice note explaining how you do it. Drop that voice note into AI, turn it into a standard operating procedure, and save it in one central place. Then think about delegating one step and automating one step. Tiny actions become big freedom. In the next episode, we're joined with Matt Hay, former CEO of Bulbshare, who's passionate about bringing tech and community together.